Look at this guy trying to dial in the perfect mathematically acceptable amount of AI for his project. We see this constantly. People want a simple rule, a strict number they can point to that says their work is ethical and ready to publish. But trying to measure AI by a strict percentage is a logical trap. Asking if a specific document is 40% or 60% AI is like trying to measure exactly how much of a lasagna is cheese forward. You end up measuring the wrong thing entirely. When teams force these arbitrary percentage rules into their workflows, the results are predictably disastrous. First, hallucination, which occurs when an AI model confidently invents and outputs false information, creeps into the factual foundation. Next, the writing itself degrades into bland mush. Ultimately, readers recognize the generic tone and simply tune out. As this chaotic process transforms into a rigid stack of interlocking blocks, we can see a safer way to approach automation. We have to stop viewing AI as something that simply dilutes human effort. Instead, we need to view content creation as a physical structure built from distinct layers. The safety and ethics of your workflow are not dictated by the sheer volume of automation you use. What actually matters is exactly where you place that automation within the foundation of your work. The idea blocks form a safe base. Draft blocks stab cleanly to accelerate writing. Edit locks in, improving clarity. But shoving misshapen fact blocks inside makes the tower tilt precariously. Finally, letting AI dictate your voice drains everything into a featureless, generic beige mass. AI thrives when you use it for structural support in the early stages of a project, but the moment you rely on it for factual load-bearing or personal expression, a creative collapse is guaranteed. These layers do not exist in a vacuum. The specific environment you work in and the audience you write for dictate exactly how much structural risk you can take. Take a low-stakes scenario, like drafting internal standard operating procedures or meeting notes for your office. Heavy AI use in the draft and edit layers is perfectly acceptable here. The goal of an internal memo is clarity and speed, not literary purity. But look at this storefront, displaying completely identical, featureless gray products as customers turn to walk away. If you use AI in marketing to fabricate customer testimonials, audiences instantly sense the lack of authenticity and take their business elsewhere. And here, a doctor carefully extracts an unstable AI block from a critical support pillar, replacing it with solid steel. In high-stakes fields like medicine, law, or public journalism, an AI must never touch the fact layer. The real-world consequences of a confident but incorrect AI answer in these environments are simply too severe. Acceptable AI usage is inextricably linked to context. As the human stakes increase, you must restrict the technology to minimal support roles, governed entirely by extreme human verification. Moving past the mechanics of building blocks, we reach the ultimate responsibility of the creator. Regardless of the automation tools you use, a named human must take accountability for the final output. This gauge represents your trust bank account. Watch how it fills up in response to transparency, but instantly plummets to zero the moment hidden automation appears. An audience's pre-existing relationship with you dictates exactly how much AI assistance they will tolerate. Audiences are surprisingly forgiving of machine efficiency. They rarely mind if an algorithm helped you organize your thoughts or fix your grammar, provided you remain transparent and absolutely refuse to fake human expertise or lived experiences. This brings us to the core paradox of the modern workflow. The most ethical way to use an AI tool is utilizing it to save your mental energy for the hardest, most nuanced decisions. You let the machine build the outline, so you have the energy left to decide what you actually believe. If your work relies on an audience's trust, the only true measure of acceptable AI is a workflow that rigorously protects that trust, even when nobody is watching.